One way in which colonialism impacted us is ideas of beauty. British people who lived in their own ideas of patriarchy and their own ideas of what was Western civilization, they created these ideas of Western civilization based on what they thought was their heritage. And they said that their heritage was Greece and Rome. So they looked to ideas of Greece and Rome for models of beauty, right? And so if you remember the statue of David, the paintings of Venus, all of those images were part of British culture, right? And when they came to India, they didn't see that, right? But they imported those models as that's who they thought was beautiful. One idea was color, you know, the fairer the color, the more beautiful the person, right? You cannot say that the British were the only to do that. Before that, Mughal empires, the Mughals, Nur Jahan, they were all basically from Iran, what is now Iran. And so these cultures that moved around and they saw what was beautiful also were sort of fair looking women who came from other parts of the world, right? So you would have a lot of Indian rulers who would go to Kashmir to get their wives. Now, that was not the only case, right? It cannot be said that those were the only women, that fairness was the only way to think about beauty. But certainly it was one way to think about it and became embedded in Indian culture in a very powerful way and in a very casteist way, right? So the most wealthier people were also correlated to being higher caste, and they would also be able to select their wives based on fairer skin or whatever the attributes they saw, So we need to understand how those ideas remain